How much was those original 3 snakes?
It was like 10 grand. I had to borrow it from a friend.
Yeah.
And then that friend was like, well, do you mind what I'm asking you need it for? And I said, I'm going to get some snakes. And he literally almost fell on the ground laughing. Like, you're out of your mind. But okay, let me know how it works out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out Reptiles. My name is Garrett Hartle.
I'm Nate Davis.
You guys might remember Nate from his episode. We actually did a tour of your place up there in Michigan. No Man's Land, Michigan. You guys got all kinds of monitors and stuff like that. Gorgeous. Look at this wild-caught Sulawesi female. You guys can watch the video right here, but he has the whole playground inside of his house, and now you got a shower stall in there.
Yeah, that's
stuff
coming.
Like that.
I got the walls up, so now it's kind of enclosed. I got a little more work to do on it, but it's coming. So
that's pretty cool. But these are 2 snakes that hatched up at Nate's place, half siblings.
Yep.
As different as they are.
Yeah.
So we've got the Freak. We don't know really what morph she is or anything like that, but she was a little runt, so she's probably thrown off. And then we got this guy as the Zombie Snow, which was the cursed project that I could never make happen. I got so mad I sent the adults up to you, and I was like, do these!
Make these work.
But it was pretty funny. I met Nate a few years ago, obviously through the animals and stuff.
Yep.
And we were working with breeding, selling the Dwarf and Super Dwarf stuff, and then you had some stuff too.
Yep.
And we just kind of started working together in like a breeding loan sort of capacity.
Yeah.
We have all kinds of all number of weirdness going on now. But I actually asked him if he wouldn't mind sitting down because I thought you guys would enjoy this perspective. So I think the right thing to do, and you can tell me if you can relate to this at all, when you're like, okay, I want to breed snakes, especially like investment level snakes.
Yep.
You think, all right, so I've got to be so-and-so exotics.com or so-and-so reptiles.com. Now I have to be like this retail thing.
That's kind of what I thought I had to do. If that was what you were going to do is breed snakes and get into the game, you had to, set it up, have a logo, have a website, have, all this stuff. And it was just kind of took some of the fun out of it. I just want to play with snakes. I mean,
yeah.
So.
Well, and if you guys have seen the tour of his place, he's got like an amazing setup for adult animals.
Yep.
Which is something that I can't afford space-wise right now. Now, do you retail any of your snakes? No. Yeah, so people can't even get a hold of you if they want a snake from you.
I don't.
I sent a whole bunch of my adults up to him. I mean, he just came and took a truckload of animals and took them up to your place and been playing with them ever since.
Yep.
I mean, so basically, from your perspective, you have a bunch of adults.
Yep.
You play with them on an indoor playground.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then you get to watch babies hatch.
Yes.
And then you put them in a box and ship them here, or you drive them down or whatever.
I come down, hang out, and say, here you go.
And then you get paychecks in the mail to pay for all your rodents and buy more snakes. And
Garrett gets all the phone calls with the silly questions and, all that.
Which is what we're set up to do. I mean, I got my office manager. I got Rob helping me take care of all those babies. I've got Thomas over here who's, doing this interview right now.
Right.
And so, what was the story of your animal? Because you had 3 animals. It was a male and 2 females that ended up our relationship. And you said you were like sitting out in the middle of a field in a tractor?
I was actually...
When this patient moment
Right. Yeah, I was out cutting hay, and I was on Fauna, and I came across, an ad, and I was like, man, I just felt like this is it,
Those are the ones I've been waiting for.
Those are the ones. And then I went and purchased them, and then...
How much was those original 3 snakes? Do you mind sharing?
It was like 10 grand.
And how did you get the money?
I had to borrow it from a friend. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And then that friend was like, well, do you mind what I'm asking you need it for? And I said, I'm going to get some snakes. And he literally almost fell on the ground laughing. Like, you're out of your mind, but okay, let me know how it works out.
That's pretty much what my wife said when I said, hey babe, I need to take out a second mortgage on the house.
Yeah. And
because I found the male.
Right.
That ended up being the father of this guy.
Yeah.
And probably one of the coolest snakes ever.
Yeah, really.
You know what I mean? And I had to mortgage my house to go get it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, now I tell him what I'm doing and where I'm going. He's like, you're doing what? You're taking snakes where? I said, yeah, this is what we do now. He's like, man, that's crazy, so it's just, I don't know, everything fell together. It just felt right. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't like, a decision I'd made out of just excitement. It was something I'd been thinking about for a long time.
You didn't even know me at the time. It just everything came together because of that initial quality.
Yep.
Yeah. So big picture wise, if I had to ask you just the last few years, we're kind of still really getting into it because we haven't taking animals like her. She's almost 3 years old.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to raise her up and breed her and just find out what the heck she is.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really the big turning point in any of that. But even so far, what you've been doing, because you waited and started with those few quality animals, would you say that you would consider what you've done with those things to be successful, both in enriching your life quality, A, and then B, financially? Has it been?
I wouldn't do it any other way than the way I did it.
Yeah.
It worked. Just be patient, get ready, you know.
And have you seen like a multitude return on both
gosh,
of those things?
Yeah. Not just, you know,
the hardness of waiting versus the reward personally for you to have the animals, the initial purchase price versus how much money you've made back off.
When you get to that point and you cut your clutch, you almost want to cry because you're like, all right, you know, I'm here, I did it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So good.
It is.
So good.
So
I hope you guys are able to do this kind of stuff in a way that enriches your life, potentially gives you a great financial return so that you can do more with your life than you had before, and in a way that isn't filling the world with a bunch of unwanted animals.
You don't want to go into your snake room and go, I gotta clean this again. You want to go down there and be like, oh man, I gotta, you know, go hang in my tree, you know, my jungle gym. Or
it's your therapy.
Cruise around, you know. It's like, all right, you know. So I mean, sometimes it can get a little overwhelming, but I think that's with anything. But you know, 95% of it is just like, I get down there and it's like, I don't want to go back upstairs. I just want to hang out and sleep.
And even if you get to the point where you're saying like it can get overwhelming, I think the cure for that, right, would be, okay, how do I reduce and get rid of the lower quality stuff?
Yeah.
Because I know that I can be less overwhelmed and more rewarded by keeping just the best.
Yes.
So if you get to the point where you're being busy guy, everybody wants this guy's snakes. They're watching the video. And like, I gotta get one right. You can't get them from him. I'm not giving you his number. You gotta go to Reach Out Reptiles for those animals. No, but I think even if you are getting overwhelmed, it's probably because you've allowed yourself to go down that path of like, why do I have these ones?
Right.
I should have stuck with what I knew was the best.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming down, man. It was a pleasure to work with you over here.
I
hope you guys gained something from that. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah. We should probably show them your room.
Oh, yeah. Just do, if you want to see a tour of the guy's place.
No, we're doing it right here. This is it. If you want to see a tour of the guy's place, you can find your reward in what Nate has been doing. Maybe live vicariously through his video. We did a little family tour at his place the last time I was up there.
It's pretty cool. More fun things are coming.